Well, you're probably waiting for the show to start. Well, I can understand that. And trust me, you were in the right place. But before we start the show, we got to let you know that today's show is brought to you by a very special and new sponsor to the show. None other than Southern New Hampshire University. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And you know I'm excited about it. Number one, because they're doing a great thing in terms of helping people overcome, some of the experience barriers that are holding people back, right? And we know that that comes up a lot as we progress through this professional world and just adulthood, right? So with SNHU, the beautiful part about them is this. They are designed for people like you and me, man. The ones that are busy, but can make some time to be on the online space and, multitask, so to speak. And that is what SNHU brings to the table. The largest, or one of the largest, accredited nonprofit online degree offerings. Man, it is a dope thing that they got going on over there. One of the programs that stood out to me the most is their sports management program, in terms of being able to, number one, work at your own pace. They have multiple times throughout the year where you're able to get into the course and ultimately progress through at your own speed, 24/7 access. I mean, those are beautiful things, especially when we're just talking about the working person, the busy person, the person with the family out there. SNHU. Oh, they trying to hook you up. They trying to help you out, baby. Now, like I said, for myself, man, I've utilized the online program very similar to this, and I can tell you firsthand the benefits that come from these type of programs and what SNHU is offering, man. You don't want to miss out on it. So check out the link, all right? snhu.edu/Arthur Moats, all right? You check that out. Obviously, this is all in the description as well. But I want you to check that out, man. Look at that sports management program and just see some of the average salaries associated with degrees in this field, man. Could definitely be something that might motivate you, make you want to go out there and do something special out there and, ultimately put yourself on an even better trajectory. But with that being the case, you see right here, SNHU, Southern New Hampshire University. I stand by them. And as always, keep being great. But now I think it's time to get back to the show. So, you already know, don't touch that dial, baby. Yeah, we have a very interesting layout to the schedule. Obviously, first, 10 games, all non-divisional opponents. Then from week 11 to the end of the year, that's where we get activated, man, in terms of facing all of our division opponents, man. So, yeah, definitely a little bit unique layout with that. But I ain't tripping on it all the way. How you feel about it, though, bro?
I think you could look at it as a good thing or a bad thing. I'm with you. I'm not stressing about it either. Like, all of a sudden, we're afraid of these AFC North teams.
Like, when that start? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it completely. Like, what's the big difference? We play 4 AFC North opponents in a row from week 11 to week 14. What would be the difference if we took like the Cleveland game out
and put Cowboys in there?
Put the Cowboys or the Colts. Like, what's the big difference?
You still got to take care of business, right?
You still got to play the game at hand.
They
right,
still
exactly.
Gonna be physical. They still gonna come out here hyped up, ready to go. Like, it is what it is. I low-key think it's a positive, man, because just from a preparation standpoint, that first half of the year, man, when you playing teams you're not familiar with, it's just added in the sense of you already know the physical part is there. You already know that you have to watch tape. You already have to watch a ton of tape. But when you don't play these teams like Atlanta, Denver, we don't play them twice a year, every year. There are going to be certain things where, yeah, you have to add a little bit more into that. It's a little bit more details that go into, okay, what's this coach like? All right, what do these players typically like to do? How do they like to adjust or attack from a philosophical standpoint? That takes a lot more time when you're not familiar with these teams. Whereas in that back half, I can ask Deke right now, man. Deke, what you worried about with Baltimore? He go tell me, bro, Lamar Jackson, they got this run game. We know they like to play hard on defense. They got to kick it as dope, right? When we talk the Browns, it's like, man, we know they got their quarterback situation they trying to figure out, but, man, they trying to run this rock. They got a dope
Jameis
defense.
Might be starting at that point.
Right. Seriously, yeah, by that time, yeah. So it's like, we know them, though. Cincinnati, similar concept. The real thing is, what's Joe Burrow's hand situation?
Can he hold the football? Can he throw that football? If he can, all right, you know what you're dealing with. We know what they are defensively. So with those games, though, it's less to me about the mental and it's more about the war of attrition. And I just think, man, sometimes that's more fun for us. It's like, man, don't have us having to, God, dog, it's chest. It's like, man, sometimes let's get back to just football. After I see Baltimore on November 17th, I'm turning right back around and seeing them a couple weeks later. Cincinnati, Cleveland, man, them things, back. It's like, bro, the familiarity is there. So takes the guesswork out. Go out here and just show that we're the better team. Show that we're the tougher team. And ultimately that we can execute better. And that's how I look at that right there versus, man, all right, we in this groove. Oh, time to go out west real quick. Has zero to do with anything. Let's go play Seattle. All right, we in this groove. Oh, hey, let's go to Arizona real quick, guys.
Good point.
Let's go to Arizona. All right, I know we've been knuckle, but now we got to go out here. Totally different team, totally different game. We're telling ourselves it still matters, but hey, this NFC has zero to do with anything, man. I just think that in our current layout, we're not dealing with that. And even the two outlier games, you got Philadelphia and Philly. You know how we feel when
might be the Kenny Pickett game.
It low-key could. But you know how it is anytime it's Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. That's a war. That's nastiness, and we love it. Then you got Chiefs on Christmas Day. That's going to have its own feel to it. Its own big, oh, man, we out here. So that's how I like it, man. And then to end back-to-back at the crib, like I said, man, you can't go wrong with that. Depending on what postseason looks like, whether we're home or on the road, at least we already are feeling good about our situation right now.
Yeah, I viewed it more as just like interesting because we haven't seen this ever happen before. At least here, I don't know if a team has dealt with playing their divisional opponents or having to wait to play their divisional opponents till week 11. Like, I don't know if that's been done in history. It probably has been done once, right? But we've never dealt with this here. So I was like, this is interesting. Everyone's going to the negative with it, but what about the positives? I mean, you're still playing football. Like, that's what it comes down to with me. And again, I don't think we should be scared of the AFC North at all. And we were just literally talking about days before this schedule dropped of how much improved our team is and all these great offseason moves by Con. Like, why all of a sudden, we got 4 AFC North in a row from week 11 to week 14. Now that's all thrown out the window, and it's
we
like
can't beat them down,
a 3-game swing where instead of going 10 or 11 wins, now it's this is automatically Tomlin's first losing season. It's crazy to me. Like, these opponents, we've known them the whole time, but all of a sudden it's organized in a certain way, and now it's so devastating.
And even the travel, Baltimore or Commanders, that's a 45-minute flight.
Yeah, KC's the furthest.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
for the whole last half of games.
And think about it, KC is coming here. We didn't even go in there. They're coming here.
Yeah,
we literally got to go to. Let's see, Cleveland. We're gonna take the bus to Cleveland.
I guess Cincy's the furthest one, maybe.
And
Cincy or Philly.
An hour and a half flight. Philly's literally 40 minutes. It's gonna take longer for them to get on the plane than actually be up in the air, man. So it's like,
that's a good point.
Where is the negativity even from a travel standpoint? We're not even having to go far. So I'm just like, man, we know what it is though. And I think that's the difference. You don't get to look at this and say, oh, it's a Broncos. And you can lie to yourself, like, oh yeah, they suck. We're going to beat them because they're out the division.
Yeah, this is a tough stretch.
And I think that's what it is. So people it seems as if they're defaulting to the panic versus defaulting to kind of like what me and you have, which is, bro, this is an opportunity. We think this is a dope situation for us. But I think that's the thing. It's like, oh, if it's the Raiders, well, hey, they're not AFC North, so we should just beat them because they're Raiders. Oh, it's the Cowboys. Oh, they're not AFC North, so we should just beat them. And it's like, yeah, we lie to ourselves when we say that until you get in these games and we see, every game, anybody can win or lose this thing, man. Anybody. I remember going into last season, we was all chalking that Texans game up. Oh, man, we're going to beat them. We're going to beat them. We saw how that turned out. There's multiple teams where that happens each and every year.
Well, bro, we had that 5-game stretch where I was calling us the eventual number 1 season in the AFC because it was like
it was the Cardinals, Patriots, and was it Packers?
Colts, but also it was before that we were playing Bengals without Burrow and Browns without Watson. We went 1-4 in that stretch. I was like, oh, we're gonna go 5-0 during the stretch, and we're gonna have a great record.
It'd be the 1 seed by week like 13, 14.
Yeah, exactly.
Went drastically different.
And then the 3 games
that everybody said was impossible to
win. Yeah,
where
we had to win out to make the playoffs.
There's nowhere they're going to beat this team. There's nowhere you're going to go in Seattle and win on the road. There's nowhere you're going to do this. And it's like, Well, they did
3-0,
and they did it with the change at quarterback, the change at coordinator as well, change at play caller, all this stuff that was like, oh my God, we could never. We did. So I think that's what is definitely at play when people see the division versus non-division opponents, because it's no familiarity. You just default to my team is better than that team, so we should win it. But I think this is kind of the reality of, well, we don't get to just default to that because the outlier games are Eagles and Chiefs. So you're not even going to be, oh, yeah, we're going, oh, never mind. But I think
you just got to lock in more. Yeah. Howard Mills says iron sharpens iron.
Thanks.
Like the thing I think is, for this second half stretch, you're just going to have to really lock in. Because no matter what happens the first half of the season, like this is why I, in a way, look at it as a positive. No matter what happens first half of the season, like your season is still in front of you.
Yes.
Like you either got to keep what you were going and doing good in the first half, sustain it, because if you lay an egg here from week 10 to week 18, then you might be out of the playoffs, right? You're not finishing strong. But if we're 500 by the bye week 9. All right, look, we got all these divisional games. We can still get a 2 seed.
Like legit action, fresh end. You're familiar with all these opponents. You got to see them all twice. And that's, like I said, I think it's an added benefit, man. But I could definitely understand part of the, well, we know these teams, so we don't just get to just bank on it being a W. I get it. I
think it's just a storyline. It's a headline, and people are running with it one way or another, and the majority of people are running with it in a negative way. But my question is, like, what does it mean though? Like, it's a headline, it's something that sticks out, but all right, what does it mean? Like, what does it really mean? Deke, I don't think it automatically means more losses for us.
Hey, Deke, if we was gonna be Super Bowl champs, we was gonna have to win a whole bunch of these games anyways, right?
Yeah, our
it wouldn't matter how they set it up, right?
In the Tomlin era have been when we've gone into the season with these toughest schedules. Yeah. We've won Super Bowls when we've had the toughest schedules.
Because you don't get to put your guard down. It's telling you right now from the dribble, hey, you don't have to act like you don't want to prepare. You know what's on this schedule. You know how it's aligned. You know what's waiting on you. You can either put that work in now, or you can get embarrassed on NBC. You can get embarrassed on ESPN. You can get embarrassed on Prime Video. Heck, Deke, we even added one. You can get embarrassed on Netflix this year. If you don't prepare, if you act like, hey, man, we just going to show up. If you act like that, these are all the networks they put you on, all the primetime games as well. A nice reflection of what they thinking of us. But it's like, we're going to have to make sure that we, do what we're supposed to do as well, man.
Any additional thoughts on the schedule outside of the
I did want to ask
back half of the season, the AFC North stuff?
I wanted to ask you, how'd you feel about the Netflix being added, man? I remember last year on YouTube TV, man, that was a little bit of a talking point. Then Peacock for a playoff game, people was losing their mind over. But now we've added Netflix to the equation as well, man.
I don't care.
Yeah. I think it's
as long as I could watch the game.
Yeah.
I could care less. I guess people
it's
are pissed off
people,
about.
Bro. Yeah.
I think people are pissed off about having to continue to pay for these services and stuff for games. Yeah. Whereas traditionally, at least here, I don't know how these people have been dealing with getting games though outside of the market anyway. Like before that, okay.
Yeah,
so you're paying money there.
Yeah. But it's like, think of it like this: like you're paying money, but you're saying to yourself, "I'm paying for what I'm eating. I'm paying for what I'm drinking." If I want to go in here and pay for a $5 drink, I can do that and watch my game, watch my team. Heck, I can stay here and watch every game, and I don't have to shell out whatever the money would have been traditionally for, cable, DirecTV. Now, you almost have to, like I said, purchase everything a la carte. It's like, let me get this Netflix subscription, because if I don't, then I can't watch the Christmas game. All right, let me get this Peacock subscription, because if my team's playing in the wild card, I can't watch that game on Thanksgiving. All right, I got to get Prime, because if I don't have Prime, then I can't watch my team when they play on Thursday night. Got to have ESPN. Team plays on Monday night.
Well, everyone had Prime before the NFL started going, right?
Oh, of course.
Everyone had to have had Prime.
Of course. That's what they say, at least.
It's unbelievable.
That's it.
Get whatever you order in 2 days. It's crazy. Sometimes 1 day.
Honestly, for me, though, it took the NFL for me to tap into Prime.
Oh, really?
I swear. Yeah. And it was when we started following with the podcast, I'm like, all right, I guess now that I can't watch this any other place. Yeah, because I'm like anti-subscriptions, bro. And then I'm like, all right, I kind of like Prime. Prime is pretty fire. But yeah, I've always been like anti.
It has been good.
Yeah, it's
been a good product. That's my thing with Netflix.
It's fire.
It's a good product. They do it right. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm like, as long as we're able to watch it, it's if I'm paying for the service,
I already have Netflix anyway. I do actually already have Netflix, so it is what it is.
Shout out. I know some people be tripping about the password sharing because I think that they're gonna start cracking down on that more so too because of this type of stuff. Man, when they start getting them deals done, just be on alert. All right, don't be logging out. Whatever y'all do, don't log out.
What'd you think about Atlanta week 1? They did Atlanta and Denver week 1, week 2.
All right,
I was hoping Denver week 1, but
if we being fully transparent, you could have flipped it. I would have loved it, but I'm not tripping. I think get them both out the way early. Arthur Smith going back down to Atlanta. Obviously, we got a lot of dudes that have played in those stadiums down there from Georgia and Alabama, so we know we got that vibe. And Steelers Nation is going to make it a home game. It's 80% Steelers fans in that stadium whenever Pittsburgh pull up. So I like that. And then Denver, it's like, yo, don't make us wait for it. I just wish it would have been in prime time. I wanted it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
At least it's 4:25, but
true.
I think it just should have been week 1. It was the layup. Like
it was
such a better storyline.
It definitely was.
As opposed to the Arthur Smith revenge game.
Yeah. It's like, all right, this is cool. Kirk, all right, you're healthy. First start, cool. Whoever. Like, I just think they're going brand, fan base. That's going to sell tickets. And you got the young coach, Raheem Morris as well. Yep. And obviously we know that Coach Tomlin spoke really, really highly on him as well, man, saying that that's one of them dudes that he felt like should have had a job, the next understudy, the up-and-coming dude. So we always got that storyline too.
Some good Sunday night games in that first half.
Come on, man.
Dallas.
Come on,
and New
man.
York, the Jets, both of them at home.
Listen,
so I like that.
Listen, bro. Week 5, October 6th. Oh, that's the one. Oh, it's already been highlighted. The people's already hit us
up.
What
sideline you gonna be standing
on? Don't you do me like that, man. My peoples have hit me. My peoples. You know, the peoples. Like
you're definitely going down.
Yeah. Like my ones. They like, yo, you know, we only call you once every 6 years. It's like, yo, I promise you, I already knew. When I see that, I said, hey, I was waiting on y'all to hit me. I was finna call y'all up. Hey, y'all ready? Y'all, how many y'all pulling up? Is it 10? Is it 20? Where we at? All right, y'all want to be, which sideline y'all want to be on? Can we just make it neutral, please? Neutral-ish. All right. Don't have me looking crazy. All right. But yeah, you know that's one of the ones, Deke. So, and it's perfect because KK, that's her birthday weekend as well. So we're like, oh yeah, man, it's about to be just gonna turn up. It's gonna be a turn up.
We got all these primetime games except for the Thursday night one, it looks like, at home. Mm-hmm. We're considering the Christmas one primetime, right?
It's Christmas.
Even though it's 1 o'clock.
Time. It's Christmas. Yes. Yeah. If you're playing on Wednesday on Christmas, you're in primetime, bro. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Dallas, Jets, and then right after the Jets, we got Giants Monday night. Then Kansas City, that's at home. All 4 of those are at home. But then, at Cleveland. For Thursday night.
I love how the NFL put the majority of our primetime stuff on the front end too, before they could do any of that flexing stuff.
And then if they put that Cincy game week 18 in primetime, that's another home one.
Mm-hmm. But it's like we are pretty much guaranteed to get the majority of these primetimes because they don't do the flex stuff until I think it was week 10-ish. I gotta look again.
Yeah.
But it's like at that portion of it, so up until week 8, we should still see all of that as is. We know when you get to the second half of the season, that's where it gets kind of weird. But, yeah, I love where we're at right now, though, man. And we definitely got the opportunity to, if we take care of business on the front end, to most certainly get flexed into maybe even 1 or 2 more on the back end.
Love the 4 o'clock games, too.
They're the best. It's like
the hybrid, we got a ton of 4 o'clock games. Week 2, week 6. Week 15, week 16.
It's that national spotlight, man.
I do like that.
I mean, the NFL, the schedule makers, man, I feel like they seen what we've done roster-wise. They seen what we were able to accomplish last year, and I think this is a reflection of that, man.
Yeah, because no matter what, if it's Russ cooking the whole season or if we switch the fields at some point, I think there's going to be interest there no matter what. Because we're not going to finish lower than 500 either. We're always going to be relevant. We're always going to be in the mix.
This has definitely been proven, man. This is just certain.
I'm sorry, but for Tomlin's, how many years has he been coaching here? 17, 18 years. He
don't lose, man.
Not
no
been
losing seasons.
Irrelevant.
He ain't under 500.
Outside, was there one game we've ever played that's been irrelevant in the regular season with him?
I'd have to check. I don't think.
But every game has mattered.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like he's been every single one. Yeah.
in terms of just like playoff stakes and trying to get into the playoffs.
No.
So I'm not going to go against that tradition. Like it's been very, very much in Tomlin and the Steelers' favor that yes, we will be relevant for
that's what we do, man.
all these games here, one way or another. Plus the added QB stuff, whether it's Russ or Justin Fields. Like, we're going to be an interesting team. We're going to be worth prime time and 4 o'clock games is what I'm trying to get at.
I'm with you. Like I said, I think the only thing that, if it ever went belly up, the only one you're worried about getting flexed out of is the Week 12 Thursday night game. And if that were to happen, who cares? It's Thursday night. We ain't tripping no way. But I don't think they can flex you out of that.
They said you can. Last year they made that rule.
No, so I said if that's the only one we're worried about them flexing us out of is a Thursday night, we're like, bro, we're not tripping on that. You can go for that. Like, we would like that more, personally. Yeah. And I was like, if it went
it's better
worst
for the
case,
team. I do like Thursday night games, but yes, it would be better for the team.
You really like them Thursdays? Why you like
I
Thursdays,
do,
bro? Oh,
yeah.
Don't do that, Deke. Them worst ones, man.
Yeah, I like those games. I'm pumped about the Christmas one too on Wednesday.
Man, no, man.
Wait, are we considering
it is
Saturday
to Wednesday? That's a
the
Thursday.
Saturday one before the Christmas. Are we considering that prime time?
It's 4:25 or 4:30.
4:30.
Yeah.
And given it's a Saturday.
Well, what's the full slate of games that day? How many games are there? Because I know
Probably
the
like
Christmas one is only one game, or it's 2 games.
Probably only 2 or 3. That's what they do on Saturdays whenever they
Because
start
if they
to put the
keep
NFL
it like
games there in
that,
place of college.
if they keep it like that, then yeah, it counts as prime time. And whenever it's just 1 to 2 games on nationally, that's what we consider. Like, you can't find. It's no other football being watched. It's kind of like Thanksgiving again. You could be playing at 1 o'clock on Thanksgiving. You're in prime time, bro, because nobody is watching any other football except this game right here.
So however you want to spin it, we have like 5 or 6 primetime games.
Oh yeah, and when it's pre-scheduled, that's a respect factor, man. They believe in. They definitely believe in.
Good. Any other thoughts?
I like it, man. The usual championship. So yeah.
I did my formula. I got us at 11-6.
11-6. All right.
The formula got me to 12-5, but sometimes I got to throw in the biasness factor of like, okay, just throw in a Tomlin loss you're missing or something. So I'll do 11-6.
All right.
I think that's at least that's a 2 or 3 seed.
Okay.
Probably winning the division.
Okay. I need to just let me just off the top of my head real quick. What do I like? Yeah. Need that. Could get weird. Let's say it like that. Don't like that one. I don't like that one. I like that one. I'm flirting 11-12. Just I need to see.
Yeah.
The 2 things that stick out to me. I don't know Joe Burrow in terms of what that looks like in the quarterback situation in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that quarterback situation in Cleveland, just depending on what it looks like, could be a big difference in how we view them as a team, how we view them offensively. And then obviously with Cincinnati, if Burrow's hand is compromised the way that he's compromised or the way that it's been, then that drastically changes how I feel about them in both of those matchups. With Baltimore, I'm always an arrow on the side of split just because, but at the same time, it's like we've doubled up on them before.
7 of the last 8 games we've won against them?
Yeah, so it's like we've done that. So, and I do understand some of the context. Yeah, I know what the last 2 games that we played against them, it hasn't been as meaningful for them as it has been for us, which is fine. We're not tripping on that. But at the end of the day, when you start just looking at, all right, who's been winning more of them down the stretch lately, it has been in our favor. So that's the one thing that, like I said, I do love, man. But those are the 2 teams, man. Cincy and Cleveland. Just because like you said, it's a difference between Jameis Winston, Deshaun Watson of Cleveland, and Deshaun Watson from Houston. Which I don't know.
Yeah, if it stays Deshaun Watson in Cleveland, we'd probably rather him just still play. Whenever we see him week 12 and week 14.
Yeah. Also, what does Nick Chubb look like?
Yeah.
Is he back? Does he look back normal, or are there any limitations there? Like I said, I just think that's kind of the situation with those dudes, man. But the rest of it, I feel good about, man. I feel good about. So,
yeah, season can't get here soon enough.
Come on with it, baby. All right, so get back to these supers. I suppose you had anything left on that thing, man.
I don't think. No. I think it's gonna be a good season. I think it's gonna be. I think I like the schedule. I like the primetime games. I like the 4:00 games. I'm not worried about the whole AFC North gauntlet and not playing an AFC North team until week 11. I'm not stressing about that because. Whenever I thought we had the easiest stretch of games last year, we went 1-4. I mean, you literally can't make this stuff up. So
I swear we do it though. We do it. It's like, yo, these are the layup games. No, these are not the layup games. These are actually the hard games. Oh, these are the hard games. No, these are actually the easy games. We're actually winning these ones. Don't worry about it. Man, think about how we felt going to that Cincinnati game with Mason here in Pittsburgh. It was like bro, this literally could be the turn for Coach Simon. We finally see that losing season. And it was like, oh, no, all right, whoa, hey, man, whoa, surprise. All right, we good, we back now. Talk bad on them folks, talk bad. Like, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to find out, man.
Yep.
All right. We got to hit that like button one time for the coach if y'all were enjoying said conversation about the schedule. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel as well.